Someone's always going to have an opinion about you. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you say, do you know what I mean? If you go into like, do you remember like soccer dome?
Yeah.
Staying there, sometimes miss training to go soccer dome, staying out, getting in late.
Yeah.
Maybe just doing the wrong things. So I didn't really want to leave, and I did tell Sam Allardyce that, but he's not relayed it back to the players. If I look back now, there's a lot of things that I did do wrong that I can't blame people for, but myself. 2 years ago he come out, or maybe a year and a half ago, and he's come out and said something again. It's like, it happened on the pitch and it stayed on the pitch. My mum was on life support, so I'm going to leave my little brothers just to go back there, and I weren't playing. No, so I was on medication at first, and then it got stopped. Obviously I don't know what was in it or anything.
Is that like your lowest point in football, Lazio?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. I would say so. As close as staying. I don't want to play no more.
Ravel Morrison this week.
Absolutely flabbergasted me.
By what?
What I thought of him before he came in, and what impression I had of him, and what impression I had of him when he left.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I didn't think he's going to be a dickhead, but you're thinking, like, the reputation that he's got, one of the nicest men I've ever met.
And what a player.
Yeah.
Have you Googled, YouTubed his clips?
Best bits.
See,
Unbelievable.
You just wish that it'd have all worked out different for England.
Like you said, perceptions, like from what we've heard from the lads who played with him, how good he was, and maybe just couldn't quite make it because of maybe his attitude, we thought, and then
FIFA's the problem. FIFA's got a lot to answer
well,
for.
in terms of changing perceptions, this is the number one for
But
me.
one of the most engaging guests we've had on, he just wanted to speak about football or paddle or computer or whatever was going on. Just was like a sponge. He just wanted to have our opinions on anything that he was interested in.
Might be taking the top spot, nicest guest.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
But the big talking point, does he like tuna as much as what Matt Jarvis said? Ask him.
I will.
Before we do, massive thanks to O'Neill Sportswear once again for sponsoring the whole series and sorting out our kits and looking after us.
Lazio, man. 4 games in 4 years for Lazio.
Yeah,
It's
Inzaghi.
waste, innit?
Inzaghi's on the shit list, by the way.
Yeah, Inzaghi.
Yeah,
Filippo.
fuck you in
Shit list.
Filippo.
Wanker.
Should we get him in?
Could have been a Newcastle player.
Yeah.
So it's mad, innit? Mad.
Is that tuna? What is
Do
it?
you know who told us about that?
Yeah, I do. James Collins.
Nah, Jav.
Is it? Was that for me? It's in the tuna.
It's in Brine. Is that
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. At West Ham.
Did you love it?
Yeah. It's nice,
It was on international duty, wasn't it? I think.
Matt Jarvis.
Was he your age group?
Nah, but I was with him at West Ham.
Because I think the story was he went on a trip away somewhere and you just had a bag full of tuna.
Yeah, it was in Germany, pre-season tour. I just noticed it, and it's good on that.
Mayonnaise, innit? Or an onion
Mayonnaise,
or
yeah.
Sweet corn.
Mayonnaise, sweet corn and tuna.
It's hard work.
No,
though,
not
mate.
always a sweet corn though, because I couldn't get it to keep it fresh. But the tuna, yeah.
What, would you just eat that instead of the cooked food?
Yeah, because when you go pre-season tour, it's never good, is it?
Chicken,
But, yeah,
boring
it's
chicken,
horrible.
pasta.
Pasta, everything else got no flavour, but obviously you put a lot of mayonnaise in the tuna, it's nice.
Yeah.
Do you like a Greg's tuna crunch or do you like to make your own?
No, I like them, yeah. I like
That's my
anything like
favourite.
tuna, yeah.
See, I like tuna, but just to eat just tuna. A bit clammy.
It's got the mayo
No,
and
I
the...
have mayo.
No, but just not on bread, just that
Nah.
tin.
Sometimes I bring cheese as well.
To be fair, I think you're breathy for the rest of the day, I find, after tuna. You just got that, especially with the onion.
Yeah,
Put
the onion, red
in there in
onions
the
in
mix.
it. In the Greg's one, they got red onion.
Do you ever go
nice,
salad cream and a bit of vinegar?
No.
Oh, try that.
Is it?
And mayonnaise as
You
well.
don't change your winning team, Chris.
I'm telling you.
I put a bit of salad cream in.
Do you? So I think males well better.
We had Lee Clark on, and he was saying that we were talking about this rumour that were flying around about you pissing in his pond.
In pond?
Yeah. Apparently there was a rumour everywhere all over Twitter that you'd pissed it, and he was like, I haven't even got a pond.
I've never even heard of that, you know.
No.
No?
Was it something like he asked you to look after his fish or something? That was the rumour. The story was he asked you to look after his fish while he was away. I swear to God, we get that many stupid things when we put the questions out, and it turned out he came back and all the fish had died.
Because I pissed in the pond. No, I've never heard
They're
that.
allergic to tuna, apparently, the fish.
What's all tuna fish? I didn't know that, you know. I've never heard of that before.
So that's a no then, you didn't piss in his pond.
He didn't have a pond.
On his fish.
Oh no, it's in sunflower oil.
That's the wrong one, yeah, it's too greasy.
One job.
Take it out. Take it
That
back.
to be right.
This is good, Brian.
You enjoying it out here?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's I do miss home.
Yeah.
I do miss home just for the normality of life, but it is good. Can't complain. The weather's good. It's too hot now, but when it's nice weather, it's nice.
And will you be back next season, do you think?
Yeah, I spoke with the club about coming back. It's enjoyable. You get a nice life with it. I do miss like football at home though.
Comforts.
Yeah,
It's a good setup where you are. We went on Friday to watch a game, but it is a proper setup, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is good. I think the facilities and everything's good there. The way it's run, everything's spot on. But just like sometimes you do miss European football. Do you know, like a Tuesday night game or something?
Yeah.
Right, you're going away and you're playing. You got all the fans. I do miss that.
Are you still open to doing that?
No, definitely.
Are you?
Yeah, definitely.
'Cause I wasn't sure if you've like kind of moved out here just playing a bit of footy and
No, I
wanted
try
to
to
live the life.
Try to get going again.
Yeah.
But no, I can't complain over here. I do enjoy it over here. I do miss, like I said, the games back home, but I wouldn't complain if I stay here.
Do you get frustrated
In games?
with the other lads? You know, like, 'cause have you not got to have so many Emiratis playing? Maybe not the
In
greatest.
the one league above, yeah.
Right.
But in our league, we've got everyone's foreign. We've got like 2 Spanish. We did have 5 English, 1 Dutch.
But do you get frustrated with when the shit?
No, we got a good bunch.
I watched more of the game than these did.
Yeah, we got a good bunch.
You know what I mean? You know, like,
Yeah,
listen
I
to
know
the
what you
levels
mean.
that the
I know
players
what
who
you
you've
mean,
played over your career. You're like,
Sometimes there's a lot of simple stuff that can be done, but we overcomplicate a lot of stuff. But other than that, I think we've got a good bunch, especially a good group of lads, and yeah, it's enjoyable. I think the other teams are all crap though.
the other ones are.
Yeah, we should really have won the league, but we've dipped a little bit.
We had a few lads on that you played with at West Ham,
Yeah.
and they couldn't speak highly enough of you and your talent. And what Ginge told us about, and I think he's got his dates wrong. This is James Collins. He said the game after that goal you scored at Tottenham was Christmas Day, and you didn't turn in on or something like that.
No.
But I've looked at the fixtures, and it wasn't.
International break after that.
Yeah, because it was in October, the goal. I just want to speak to you about like that Christmas Day. Is that true?
It's true, but it wasn't like I didn't not go back to football. It's because I have 2 little brothers. Don't have a father there, so obviously I stay at home with my mum and them 2. So it's just us in the house. So I didn't really want to leave, and I did tell Sam Allardyce that, but he's not relayed it back to the players.
Right.
And did Sam give you the okay to?
Yeah, he was fine with it, but then he made a big issue of it to the players.
Because we've had Sam on as well.
Yeah.
And again, he spoke well here, but I think his words were he wasn't capable of being a professional for 24 hours a day. And like, how do you react to that?
I'm asleep half of the day. So, you know what I mean? But,
Would you say it's fair?
obviously everyone has their own opinions, but obviously when I was with Sam, I was young, so maybe I did do some stupid stuff and wrong stuff, so, yeah.
Because I asked Jarv, and outside looking in, you look at your career route and stuff, and you just assume that you're a big drinker. I don't know why. terrible to think that,
Yeah.
but you don't drink, do you?
No.
I remember asking Jarv,
Yeah.
I was like, he must be a big boozer, is he? You know, going out on the piss and not coming in. But the fact that you didn't drink, I'm just interested to know what was the triggers to make you,
PlayStation.
honestly.
Maybe, yeah. I was up till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning on the PlayStation, sleeping late and stuff like that. That's what it would be.
And then would you just see your phone and just like, I can't be asked today, I'm just not going in?
I just couldn't wake up sometimes. That was a problem.
And did you not have
My timing was a main thing.
Right, yeah.
Did you not have the fear in you? I've slept in a few times, and as soon as I looked up and I'm like, oh fuck, I've missed training.
Yeah.
The fear is like, oh my god, I'm in bother here. Did you have that fear?
Yeah.
So you knew you were in the shit.
I just couldn't wake up.
And what would you say if the manager pulls you in, you don't turn in?
You know, it wouldn't happen a lot though, you know. Not what everyone makes out like.
I know, that's the thing. We've got
It's like
to
his
be real.
reputation, like,
Yeah,
been
it's
built.
not-
It's like pissing in a pond.
Yeah.
Rumours start at this.
It's not like it happens every single week or all the time. Like it could be, I know it's a lot, but it could be like once a month or once every 2 months. It wasn't like an everyday thing or anything like that.
And it's mad, another thing that you get in your head that you're not bothered about football, but before we started recording, we sat and we're talking about the Champions League, who you support, Arsenal. So you obviously love football, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of lads like see football as their release.
Yeah.
You know, they do whatever, but when they're playing, the sound. But if you're sleeping in, I'm just thinking, like, why isn't it a case of I can't wait to get to training and stuff like
You know
that?
what? It's because I was on, do you know, online when you play FIFA all the time and you're with your friends, and because I was in London, that was the only time I really spoke with my friends or anything, and we'd be on all night playing because I wouldn't see them like I used to when I was back home. So I'd be playing online and doing all this, and then I just couldn't wake up. But like I said, it wasn't all the time, it wasn't every day.
Yeah. I think you're probably our most well-travelled guest.
Yeah.
Oh, handsome.
Italy, Mexico, Sweden,
Holland,
Holland.
where else? I can't even think myself.
What's been your
Dubai.
favourite?
Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
Yeah. My favourite's probably Mexico. Mexico was good, really good. I enjoyed it there.
How did that come about?
Because I was at Lazio, and I was close to going to Newcastle. Do you remember Rafa Benitez was there? But he's in Championship,
Yeah.
and we couldn't get it over the line. But the window was still open in Mexico, so it's one of the only windows open. So we got a call. Do you remember Rafa Marquez? Mm-hmm. He got banned because he had an issue in America. So we got banned for like 3 to 4 months. So we couldn't play, so they needed a midfielder to where the team that I went to. So I ended up going. Went over there to look at it, and I thought it was unbelievable.
Love it.
Yeah, wicked. I'd go back now.
Would you?
Yeah, well, I would have stayed there, you know, for the whole of my career. The football over there is passionate and everything. The fans, good group of fans, good club, very good club.
How big is what's attendance like where you were playing?
It was 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
Every
Like you said, with
game.
a passion as well. South Americans love it, don't they?
And obviously, I was at a club that was big over there, but it's not the biggest club. Like you have Club America and everything like that, Monterrey, and they're massive. Full stadium every week.
Even though you loved it, from the outside looking in, you've left Lazio to go to Mexico. Do you think people kind of thought, oh, he's half taking his foot off the gas a little bit? You know, English clubs especially.
I don't know, you know. Hopefully not.
Yeah, because it's just like it's strange. Even though
Yeah,
I say you loved it.
to be fair, before I went there, I never even looked at Mexican football or anything like that. I didn't know much about it or anything. But when I went there, it was...
Did it suit your style of...
Yeah, you play a lot of possession-based football. Every team, they don't play on it, like, it's no long ball. Everything's on the floor, possession, everything. You have like a lot of Brazilian players over there, Colombian. It's good. Mexican.
No bother from Cartel.
no bother.
When did you sort of knock the PlayStation on there? Are you still on it?
Well, I left my PlayStation in England now. So,
It's on purpose.
no, I missed it. I was rushing to get back over it. I left it over there.
Passport, keys, wallet, PlayStation,
Tuna.
No, I left it over there, but by mistake.
Oh, that's a... You surely can buy one, can't you, over here?
I can do, but I'm playing paddle
Join
now.
your paddle instead.
Yeah, I'm playing paddle now.
Yeah.
So I'm training in the day and playing paddle at night. By the times when I'm tired,
We've just been talking about it for about 2 hours. haven't we?
I get up in the mornings
Loving
now. I can get up, not miss a session yet.
I think it's going to be one that would like flip back and forth everywhere. But that Lazio spell, I listened to you speak about this morning. It was in Inzaghi
Yeah.
training. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what he says and why he did it. But he had you training with 2 other people.
Yeah, it was. Well, there was 2 other people there. At the start, it was 5 of us, and we was doing head tennis every day. And then it got down to like there was 2 and then 3, and that's just before I went to Mexico. But even in the last year, I was just doing head tennis.
So where did this come from? Was there a big fallout? Had you been sleeping in and stuff?
No. So I had a fallout because my mum was ill, and I tried to get back to my mum, and he didn't let me because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna play in the game." No, so my mum was ill, so I went back, and he told me to come back because I'm gonna start the game. So I went back, didn't start the game, didn't come on. So from there, I ended up just leaving Lazio and stayed at home because I had to look after my little brothers, and it was just my nan there. My mum was on life support, so I'm going to leave my little brothers just to go back there, and I weren't playing.
See, that's in itself that you think, oh, he's just fucked Lazio, I've gone home.
Yeah, I know.
You know, without knowing the backstory to why you did.
Yeah, but they knew all that. And they told me to come back because I'm going to start. So obviously I was in the hospital with my gran, and she said just go back and just play the game and try and come back after. So I went back and didn't even get told to warm up.
Does that not frustrate you that when, like what John said about the perception, do you just want to come out and put the story,
I was going
your
to say,
side of the story?
just put it on social media. Are you not bothered? Like, don't care what people think. Like,
No, it's not. I don't care what people think, but someone's always going to have an opinion about you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. Do you know what I mean?
you'd understand. Like, you know, your mum,
Yeah.
your mum's ill,
Yeah.
and you're looking after your brothers, like you say. But from an outside perspective,
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it again.
Yeah.
He's just got his bags and fucked off back to.
It was out of the blue as well. She was fine. Is it the appendix? It must have burst in her body and poisoned her. So obviously that's what happened, and she was on life support. And to be fair, they didn't really help as a club neither.
Did they pay you up?
No, they didn't help.
No, but did they pay you up? You know, when you've left?
No, yeah, he was paying me still, but I was still there contracted for another 2 years. So.
Do you think you could have enjoyed it out there? If
The first year I was there, I did enjoy it. I didn't play, but it was something different. I played like 2 games that season. It was something different, so it was exciting. And then I went back the following year and didn't play, so that's when it kind of started getting like, oh.
What's your favourite position, by the way, or your best position?
I'd say number 10 on midfield.
You weren't on about football then, weren't you?
Yeah. It wasn't a sexual question.
I'll tell you that one later on.
Reverse cowgirl.
That's good on that.
Should we go all the way back to the start?
yeah. How old were you when you got picked up at United?
So I was at City before United.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got released by City, and then I went to a United training camp, and I was there, and then they ended up taking me on trial, and then ended up signing for United.
At what age?
8, I want to say. 8, under 9s. 8, yeah.
So they're getting released at that age, man. It's so young, innit?
Yeah. You don't get... I was in... Do you remember the... so you train with, like, the academy, or you train with the satellite group.
Right.
And I got put in the satellite group at City, and then told that,
No good.
yeah,
What's a satellite group?
a bomb squad. It's
Fucking
like,
bomb squad at 7.
yeah, it's like players that are not good enough to go in the academy in their eyes.
In your opinion, if you think back then, were you as good then as you were, say, 5-6 years later?
Yeah, I thought so, but I just never got a chance. I played City that following year. I scored 3. Yeah.
Better than.
You get the old... Mine's a bit young, aren't you? a bit young for the fuck off tablet. At 9, 8, 9.
And what was it like with Ferguson? Because everyone says he takes, and I know he does, because I was there when I was 12, 13, taking an interest in these young lads.
Yeah.
When was the first time you met him?
Well, it used to when we moved to Cardiff, it was like you moved to Cardiff when you're like 12, or I think it's under 12s, and he goes around all the pitches. He watches all the academy lads. So from then times, night cup, he used to always come out and watch the games.
And I'm sure everybody will have heard when on Rio's thingy, he send? He asked him to send Ferguson. Oh, Ferguson asked. No, sorry. He wanted 5 words to describe you or something, and he sent through a paragraph, just basically praising you and saying he was defeated
to be fair,
by his
I got on with
background
him
or
well.
something.
I did get on with him well. We had a good relationship.
Have you ever heard of Fabian Brandy?
Yeah.
So Feb told us a story about he drifted out the game and ended up sleeping on his mate's couch. Dropped out of football, and Ferguson got in touch with him and basically gave him a kick up the arse.
Yeah.
This was probably, I don't know how the time frame, but years later. Was there anything? Have you heard from him since? Since
Fabian?
you left? No, from Ferguson.
No, I've not heard from him. I've heard of Fabian. Well, we play on Tuesday nights back in Manchester. So there's like people that are ex-professionals, like Jolyon Lescott, Emil Heskey, Stephen Ireland, and Fabian's always down there. But he's just done his ACL. Well, not just done his ACL, but he done it playing on Tuesday.
You're joking.
Yeah, but he's a good player. He was a good player.
He was good. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he'd reached out to you to basically find out how you are and whatever.
At what age did you realise, did the football club realise how fucking incredible you were without blowing smoke up your ass?
Don't know. I don't know. I was probably 15.
And were you so much better than the rest of the lads?
No. We had a good group. There were a lot of good players.
Who's in that group?
So there was Pogs was in that group. Jesse was in that group. Remember Ryan Tunnicliffe?
Yeah.
Ryan Tunnicliffe.
Blackburn.
Michael Keane, Will Keane, Larnell Cole. Very good group. Sam Johnson was in that. You have a good bunch.
But who was your manager? Was it
So there
McGuinness?
was Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness was our manager. He was 18s. He's a good manager, very good manager. Jim Ryan. And then we had Ollie and Scholesy at one point. And then he went back and played, didn't he? He was good.
Did you ever get, when you were 16, 17, I've heard Rooney speak about it, when he was that age, he felt like he was good enough to go in the first team and be the best player. Did you have that mentality? I know it's Everton, Man United, no disrespect to Everton, at different levels, but did you have that belief at a 15, 16 that I thought, man, I'm ready to kick on it?
I used to train with him a few times and I thought I could fit in, definitely.
15?
Yeah.
Was that the first time you went over to first team? About 15?
Yeah, 15, 16. It was one of the Mondays and I think they must have played on Saturday, so they had a second day recovery. Yeah. But I was with the first team ones that didn't play and I thought, from there,
Who was best with you out of that first team?
The best?
Just good with you.
As
a first team pro?
Probably Welbs.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he's just broke through early as well. And if I had to look up to a player, probably him, yeah. From where he's come from, what he's done is similar.
Yeah.
See, we had him at Preston and for the first 5 games, he was fucking crap.
Didn't he chip the keeper though? He just turned up, he chipped the keeper, didn't he?
That was the one thing he done well.
Yeah.
I just said to him, Dave, is any chance you're Danny coming and playing Saturday? Because he was like a fucking fish out of water, man. He were, weren't he?
Yeah, on the pitch, but off the pitch.
He's a proper good lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Proper good lad. He's had a great career as well. He's flying up Brighton now.
Yeah.
Did you find that frustrating though? Because am I right in saying Ferguson wouldn't let you go out on loan?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go out on loan. I did ask to go out on loan, but he said no.
Wasn't having it.
Yeah.
I imagine you're just biting at the bit to get some first team football.
Yeah, obviously I did want to get some first team football, but I did enjoy it in the reserves as well.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we had a good team.
Yeah.
We beat the first team a couple of times. So yeah, it was enjoyable. Obviously it's Man United. Obviously when I was there, I didn't realise how big it was. Obviously I've come through, that's what I knew all my life, but I did enjoy it.
Did you have pressure as groups trying to get back to the class of 92? Or the pressure on the sections and you obviously just named all the team that you played in.
Yeah.
Well, like a pressure to be as good as them or not?
No, we didn't really think about it, We didn't really think about that. Obviously, we respect all the class of 92 and all unbelievable players, but we just got on with it and just played and enjoyed football. I think that's what helped us out the most.
Strange one, that, because historically, Fergie's always sent lads out on loan, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did Matty James.
Matty James
all come from.
Yeah, we had 3, didn't we? We had Matty James, Josh
Clevs.
King and Welbs came to Preston.
I heard Welbeck talking about it the other day. I think it was one of your shirts or something, and he said he made some experienced first team lads look silly in training. And he mentioned Fletcher. He went, Darren Fletcher, I'm talking about you. Is there any times that you can remember where you've... I'm
I think
assuming
that
it's
must
a
have been
mix
when
or-
we said, "Oh, we've played him in a game." I think
Yeah.
we must have beat him in that game, and I think a few of them kicked off because we ended up winning. But I can't remember like doing anything crazy.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
No megs and calling it or anything like that.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that.
Just a little nod.
I wouldn't do that.
How come you ended up wanting to leave, or what was the story behind you leaving? Because we've got 7. You were 17 or 19. How old were you when you left?
17. Like I think it was 2 days before my 18th birthday. Because of the window, my 18th was on 2nd of February. Window closed on the 31st. 30th.
So yeah, something like that, innit?
Yeah.
And
So
what
it's
were your
17th.
reasons?
That did get to a point where I wanted to play football now, like first team football. And I didn't, because you had like Ronaldo, Rooney, and everyone in the team there, you just never really thought you would get a chance. And then following season, everyone left.
Did you speak to Ferguson, and did he not stand in your way?
No, when I said obviously I was going to leave, I spoke to, Rennie, and he was telling me not to, but I just, like I said, I didn't think I was going to get a chance.
You thought that'd be loan time.
Yeah, I know what you
Perfect
mean.
load, yeah. Go out and go for a season.
We did ask to go on loan, but it wasn't happening.
That's strange, isn't it? Rather than let somebody go out on loan for a season, lose like such a talented player.
Obviously, in an ideal world, I'd have loved to go out on loan, got some experience, and then come back to United.
And had you had any misdemeanors by this point? Were you sleeping in at 16 and 17?
No. Maybe once or twice.
PlayStation 2.
You got a big
Lara
FIFA,
Croft, it will
you got a big FIFA game on,
be
man.
longer.
Were you scared of him? Sorry, were you scared of him?
Sir Alex? No, I wasn't, because we never had a problem. I always got on with him very well, so he never gave me that.
Do you know what? It's just mad, like the perceptions, because I thought that you were getting bollockings all the time off
No,
Ferguson.
never, but you do
not
know when he's
turning in.
you do know when he's around. You do know when he's around, like when you're putting your boots on or anything and he's walking through, everything's just silent. So you can feel it.
So, like, we've been told from quite a few lads that he obviously had spies around Manchester, nightclub, pubs, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was that never you? So you never got a rollicking for that?
No, never. Never.
Have you never drank?
I drink on like Christmas.
Yeah.
But not like, I wouldn't go out of a weekend and just get pissed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or anything like that. If it was my brother's birthday or something like that, I'd go out and have a drink.
Have a drink.
And is that because you're not really that arsed about the feeling of being drunk?
Yeah.
Or is it the fact that you, like, professional, you wanted to keep yourself right and...
Yeah, I would like to keep myself right, but also I just like don't see the point of getting pissed. I know people do enjoy it and they have the moments when they're pissed and that, but it doesn't
Don't
appeal
do
to me.
anything for
Yeah,
you.
no.
See, it's going to affect your performance and all, innit?
Yeah.
I can't
You
be
know
pissed on the PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? Can't sit there on the PlayStation and get pissed. I'd end up losing all the games.
Mess you ranking up.
Were you still
Speaking
were you proper competitive on the PlayStation?
No, not now because I've
But
not
back
got
in
it.
the day?
But yeah. Obviously, I thought I was one of the best at FIFA. So obviously, I'd be going and keep my reputation up.
I'd have given you a game 2008. That was when I was at my peak.
Do you think? I don't know. I used to be on it a lot.
I was staying at his, and he never used to get a look in with the soaps, Corra and that, because I was playing FIFA.
Speaking of Christmas, did you ever do any of the pantos?
At United?
Yeah.
I didn't. I watched them.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched them. I never had to do them. Always watched them.
I thought everybody had to do it.
I got away with it. All the singing and everything for the first year, I got away with it. I don't know how.
What? Would you just refuse, or you?
No. I just never got asked to do it. But I wouldn't go and say, "Oh, is it my turn?" There's no problem. Do you know what I mean?
Just turning up as buttons. Oh.
Because we had Rod on, Thornley.
Oh, he's a good lad, isn't he?
And was he the narrator? Was he? Or
He
did
was, he was a script writer, wasn't he? And director.
So did you just have to say, Rod, I don't want to be?
No, Rod never asked me, Maybe it's because he thought he don't want to do it or something.
Shit actor.
No, I'm not a shit actor, but he's pretty decent. No, Rod's a good lad. He's one of them. When I was at the club, he also looked after me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the masseuse now of Jamaica, you know. Do you know that?
Is he?
Yeah.
Of course he is. I
October.
can see him strutting around
In his speedo.
Kingston.
He's good at paddle as well, you know.
Is he?
Yeah, so me and him played just before I come out here for the first time. Me and him was partners. We ended up smashing someone over in, is it Oldley Edge? Or Wilmslow? No, Heel Green. He's decent though, very good.
We'll have to take him on when we get back.
We'll have to go to Jamaica for a game. Fuck it.
He hasn't
No
moved
paddle
out there,
courts
has
over
he?
there.
Is it not?
No, I don't think so.
We'll open one. That's what we'll do.
Are you still involved with Jamaica? Where you're at?
So they've just announced a tournament, haven't they, in England? Have you seen that?
No.
So there's 4 teams, England, Ghana, Jamaica and Trinidad, that are going to do a little tournament in the summer. So hopefully I'll get picked for that. It'd be nice to, but we'll see. And then we've got the Gold Cup. I went just before Christmas. Was it November or October? I went to America there, but since then, no.
Because obviously you'll know
Since
McLaren.
McLaren's taken over, sorry.
Yeah, I had McLaren at Derby, didn't I?
Yeah.
He was at Derby as well. And obviously I knew him from when I was at United, younger. But he's a good guy, McLaren. Nice guy. Do you know him?
No.
He's, yeah.
But we obviously had lads from Derby, and there was a time when they were unbelievable in the Championship.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Yeah, good coach, good man manager. Nice. He gets respect of everyone because of the way he is.
Do you mind me asking you about your ADHD diagnosis?
No.
Because am I right in saying that you could have had some medication, but it was refused by the FA? Is that right?
No, so I was on medication at first and then it got stopped. Obviously I don't know what was in it or anything, but I weren't allowed to carry on with it.
And did you find that it was
changed?
helping?
Probably not. Probably don't help now. But I had to go and see someone I can't remember now if it is every 2 weeks or every month. I had to sit down with someone. And we had to just talk, me and my mum, with someone there.
Did you get a lot from that?
No. My ADHD was my concentration. So when I was sat speaking to someone and I'm doing it for an hour or something, I'll just drift away. Because it's not something that I would be really interested in.
Whatever the conversation were.
No, like this conversation is not bad, do you know what I mean? But it's with like someone that's just...
Right.
Yeah,
Well, you're taking in the information.
Yeah, taking the information, just drift away.
So if it's stuff that you like, paddle, tuna, football. No, I was obviously joking
I could
with the
talk
tuna,
about that
but
for an hour.
if it's stuff that you're passionate about,
Yeah, I could stay concentrated, but other than that, I don't mean to, but I just lose concentration.
what manager's got the best out of you and why?
I'd say Sam Allardyce or Harry Redknapp.
What did they treat you different to the other lads?
I just think they was both very good man managers. I like Sam. Obviously, we had a bit of a fallout, but I did like Sam. I like Sam a lot, and Harry Redknapp, he's a good man manager. Very good. He's probably my favourite manager that I've had.
Is it?
But to get the best out, it's probably Sam or Harry.
Any examples of the man management towards you? Why you felt like you could relax and play your normal game?
He just give you just make you feel free, and then freedom on the pitch, off the pitch, in training. There'll be managers now, or back then, where if you lose the ball and everything, they'll just grill you. But them two, they'll give you confidence to try something again and again and again. And he wouldn't say, "Oh, you're not starting now, or you're not playing because you've done this or done that." They'll encourage you to carry on doing it more. Do you know what I mean? So it gives you the belief to try. Oh, okay, try it again. But when you keep on doing it, you only become better.
One of the best players I played with was Tom Kearney.
Yeah.
And at Blackburn and at Hull, the managers focused on what he couldn't do and tried to make him into he doesn't like defending, basically.
Yeah.
And they just, you can't play him in midfield, central midfield, because he doesn't like defending. Rather than spinning it and going, right,
Do it.
get Tom on the ball, and we'll deal with everything. We'll build the team differently and work the defence out another way, but just give Tom the ball, he'll win you the game. Is that the type of thing that Allardyce and Redknapp would do? Like, give Rav the ball, he'll win us the game.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like that. There was it doesn't matter where I'd play. He'll just give me the freedom to go and do what you want. He could play me on the wing, midfield, at one point I was playing like a false nine, but Sam would be saying you can come in and get the ball from deep and everything. So that was good, and Harry did the same.
How would you react to somebody getting you a fucking on the pitch? Fuck me, have you fucking lost it again? Or were the rest of the lads, most lads you played with, just
No,
like...
no, I don't, not really bothered. I expect people to be going mad at me sometimes because I'm not perfect, do you know what I mean? And it might wake me up a little bit. I might turn around and time to piss off or something, but no, I don't mind it.
Did you ever make up with Zaha?
I think that thing's been blown out of proportion, you know.
Again?
Massively,
Another one.
yeah. I think even from his side, like he's come out and done something after it again. It was never that deep.
Wow.
I didn't get his argument because it was at Lithuania.
Yeah.
And he was saying, what he was saying, he made you sound like the best player in the world. He was going, he had the ball, he was beating 6 and 7 players. And I'm like, pass us the ball, Rav. But he's like, did you score that game?
So
Is that
it
the one
was
when
me.
you
Do
went on the
you remember Sado Barino?
Yeah.
So it was us two. We was both on 2 goals, and obviously you shouldn't really do it. But the game had like 15 minutes left, so we like talking, said you can get a hat trick. So obviously we've been both trying to get a hat trick. So obviously I think I must have just shot one outside the area, and then from there it just tipped him over the water.
But yeah, what he was saying was positive. Like he's beating all these players. He's trying to win.
Yeah, but even in that game, there was no pass me the ball or do this or before that.
It was after.
No, it was just like that one split second in the game was like, do you know what I mean?
Right,
I
yeah.
didn't get it.
Was it heated after, like in the changing room, or did you?
No, so we didn't. He didn't come in the changing room after that, but there was no back and forth or nothing after that. There was nothing. It's just conversation was done. It happened on the pitch and it stayed on the pitch.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the changing room. There was no awkwardness or anything.
So this is for context under 21s.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Like you can ask all the 21s that was there. There was nothing in the changing room after. So I've never understood it really. But
is it quite recently that he's come out and done that as well, or is that an
yeah,
old
it was
clip?
like 2 years ago he come out, or maybe a year and a half ago, and he's come out and said something again. It's like I don't understand it. I wouldn't speak about it unless someone asked me.
Yeah.
And then if someone asked me, I'd just say, well, we had a little back and forth on the pitch. In the changing room, nothing happened. He was done.
I bet you'd have forgotten about it if he didn't.
I'm not really bothered about it. Do you know what I mean?
Was
Just
there
don't get
any
it.
other clubs in for you? Other than West Ham?
Newcastle. I could have gone there. Well, I should have gone there twice. That would have been good. I did. I was close. My agent was speaking to Liverpool, but I don't think that would have ever happened.
Yeah. Were you not apprehensive about going to London, you know, considering, obviously you just spoke about your mum and your brothers, obviously close family?
I did want to go because I think I was also just staying out with my friends and everything as well. Not just a PlayStation, I was staying out, getting in late,
Yeah.
maybe just doing the wrong things. So if I go to London, it gets me out of the way.
Yeah. I know Ferguson said that he needed a new life away from Manchester. Did you agree with him?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, yeah.
See, like looking from the outside in, I'm thinking, fucking London's the worst place he should be going. Not knowing that he didn't drink,
Yeah.
you know, and all that. I'm like, probably the worst place he could go. There's
Well,
always something happening.
Even in London, I think over the period of 4 years, I must have went to a nightclub 3 times.
So what were you doing with your mates?
Back home,
Yeah.
pissing about. Pissing about, yeah. We go into do you remember Soccer Dome?
Yeah.
Staying there, sometimes miss training to go Soccer Dome, but I couldn't help it. Do you know what I mean? Didn't purposely mean to do it.
That's the thing. Like when you hear that, when you hear Alex Ferguson say that, or them stories, you think you're out getting pissed, going to nightclubs and everything, and you're at Soccer Dome.
Yeah, Soccer Dome, and obviously you're not meant to play Soccer Dome with your friends, but we're there. But sometimes even after training, I'll be there for 5-6 hours.
I tell you what, lads, there's nothing like Wednesday night in, couple of beers, watching Bromby versus Sickleborg.
I'm with you.
You know a couple of lads playing, don't you? Mm-hmm. So we got on the Danish league, got the VPN on, bounced it over. Perfect.
Sickleborg are a lot better team than what I thought.
I know. They've surprised me today. Well, if you didn't know, with NordVPN, you can bounce your location to anywhere in the world, and it's perfect for watching anything, but specifically sports. Like we've been abroad, bounce your location to the UK, get on your subscriptions, watch the match,
And as for the security, keeps all the passwords, bank details, everything under lock and key.
So I weren't aware that they could get on your shizzle. You know, when you're going on, in an hotel or whatever.
Them hackers, when you're just using public Wi-Fi, hacking in, not with no VPN.
Got to be careful.
Extra layer of security. And of course, we've got an offer. Links in the description.
This is the big dog.
4 months free.
How many?
4 months free subscription plus 30-day money-back guarantee.
Well, we can't say any better than that. Honestly.
I'm honestly lost for words.
Yeah. Oh, yes! Ida Legerson. What a goal.
I don't know.
Ida Legerson. He's
Beautiful.
just signed this summer.
Beautiful looking man and all. Beautiful.
We did have Paul Caddis on.
Yeah.
He used to play with him at Birmingham.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he'd give all the players boots out to your mates when you're playing five-a-side, like the first
Friday
team
night.
lads' boots.
Friday night. We went.
Friday night, we game Saturday.
Yeah. I'll tell you. So they come. There was 3 of them, and we myself. So there's 4 of us in total, and none of them had boots. So we went on the pitch up top, and I give the players, my friends, some of the players' boots to wear because on the pitch, and then
What size
we
are
were just doing we banged someone in goal. We were just doing shooting. We was there for like 2 hours. I thought everyone's gone, and then Lee Clark pulled up in the changing room and was in there.
Imagine pulling Ziggiches out. What's these? Size 15 bastards.
But to be fair, Lee Clark, he's seen a funny side to it. He was all right with it.
So you're in Friday night. You're in a soccer dome.
No, on the pitch, training pitch.
What, up on the top of the hill here at Birmingham?
Yeah. Do you know where there's flat and you can go up at the top?
Yeah.
Was that the top part? No one can see you there.
And you're just taking free kicks with your pals.
Yeah, shooting and free kicks.
I'm just imagining there's some kids on top pitch.
Send the dogs up.
No, it was good. He's seen the funny side to it though, to be fair. But then I got dragged off at half time, I think, Saturday.
Also, were you a bag of shit in the game?
I wasn't shit, but I think he just dragged me off on purpose to prove a point. Like, don't do that again on Friday night.
And are you not thinking to yourself, I shouldn't be doing this? Or are you just like sort of half oblivious? I'm just taking free kicks with my pals.
Practice. You're practice, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you going to do in the game? No, it's good, to be fair.
It's like mind blowing.
It is, isn't it?
But when I was young, like, I've never stretched or I never had an injury, touch wood, I don't. But like, I never used to have injuries or anything, so I could jump into training without doing a warm-up or start shooting without like stretching everything.
Yeah, because Lee Clark, I think, mentioned that, did you, not a fallout, but a bit about doing the strength and conditioning
Yeah,
side
I've
of
never
things.
been, I've never.
You didn't want to do it.
It's not I didn't want to do it, I just physically can't do it.
Right.
It's the gym. I like going gym, but do you know, doing your own things?
Yeah.
Like sometimes they make you do stuff that other players are doing, but you physically can't do.
Yeah.
But because you're in a team and you've got to do it, and I just can't do that. It's like saying you go outside on the pitch and telling the defender to go and finish 5 balls. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Or like me going to defend now. Everyone's
like
just
that,
different.
mate.
Do you know what I mean?
He keeps trying to get me CrossFit.
Yeah. Oh, it's
No,
good.
I like
Yeah.
just-
The high rocks.
I'm not a runner. I can't.
Oh, you know
run
the
that
high
far.
rocks training.
I like just putting my headphones in and
Doing
doing my
gym,
own
yeah.
world, do my own thing.
To be fair, that's the story Clarky said. Clarky, he wasn't throwing you under the bus. He just said he physically couldn't do it.
Yeah.
What the other lads were doing. But would you just not bother going in? Was it one of them where you'd probably piss the fitness coach off by just not turning up?
No, I would turn up, but I'd purposely come late in the gym. So I've missed the first 10 minutes, and then by the time we've got 10 more minutes left, I'm just like walking around and seeing, what do we have to do? Get one exercise and then we're out on the field.
Taking free kicks. So you were craftily late. So the session when you were in a hover.
We had that as well. Towards we did it in Derby. With, do you know, Rooney was our manager, and it used to be me and Tom Lawrence, and we used to always just sit in the changing room for like 10 minutes and then stroll in for like 10 minutes. So he thought we was in there.
But it's one of them though, because us as players, we'd be like, look at them tossing it off.
Yeah.
Then that's
I
just
do. No,
being
I do
honest.
understand that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I do understand that.
But
I do understand that.
From your point of view, you've just said it's because I physically.
But it's become like, do you know, if you do that now, you don't really do it in the morning no more, do you? Everyone goes in on the mats and everyone's just talking.
Yeah.
You get on a foam roller and then that's all you go out. But before, it used to be like 2 sets of this, 2 sets of that, and then you got to go out in the field. But now it's just like foam rollers and everyone's chatting, so it's not that bad.
And you just wanted to get out and play football.
Basically, yeah.
But would you not like the lads not fine you £50 for being late to the weight session, or?
No. I would always go in there, but act like I was doing something. Do nothing. Yeah, it's like,
That's what you would do.
I know,
Jump
yeah.
the bar.
But I'd be on time. Because I'd be getting fined £50 for the Christmas
yeah, I'd
do.
always be in there at some point.
Yeah.
So people see you in there. So then someone comes to you and says, "Oh, you know, I was in there. I can do that." But
Crafty, innit?
yeah,
Allardyce said that it got to the point where the players half gave up on you. Did you sense that? Is that true?
I don't think so. Because I spoke to like Nobes and everyone, and they were Nobes because obviously I got put with the 21s, and Nobes would check up on me, and even Kevin Nolan would check up on me. So I think I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is there any truth in the agents that he wanted you to sign with a certain
that's
agent?
true.
Is that where you fell out?
Yeah, well, Oh, it was over that, yeah, because I never went into West Ham and asked for a new contract. They phoned us and spoke to us about a new contract. So it wasn't something that I was like asking for. And then we sorted it all out. And then I was meant to sign with Mark Curtis, but obviously I couldn't leave my agent or do the deal without my agent. And so that was going back and forth for ages. And then the day that I was meant to come in and sign a contract, he got pulled away. So I didn't really fall out with him because I was like, all right, no problem. But then obviously with the agent side, they're now going back and forth with the club.
Just looking at this, if these are right, 18 games, 3 goals for West Ham.
Yeah.
Like,
At that first half of the season, I was playing a lot of games. And then it got to
is
the
that when they
January.
were going to offer you the new contract?
Yeah.
Right.
And then it got to the January and just was sent out on loan.
Is this in the Premier League?
Yeah.
So it was when you had the goal against Tottenham, you had that spell when...
Yeah. That was... so I went with them in the Championship. And then the second year, I went on loan to Birmingham. They was in the Prem, they stayed in the Prem. I come back and I was going to go back to Birmingham, but I wanted to try and obviously fight for my place in the Prem. End up staying, playing the first half of the season, doing well. But then from there, I had to go out on loan.
Did you do anything different, when you had that spell, or were you just you?
Just me, yeah. Just enjoying football. Like I said, he was giving you all the freedom to play and do everything.
Are you a confidence player?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah.
Arm around the shoulder from the manager.
No, not necessarily that. I think if the confidence player, as I would look at it, is in the first 5 minutes of the game, first 10 minutes of the game, I've got to go deep, touch the ball, play simple, and then from there, I've not give it away. Now
Build into it.
Yeah, build into it. But if I give it away in the first 5 minutes, I'll be thinking, oh, shit. Do you know what I mean? What am I going to do now? And then I don't want to do something wrong now.
From what John was saying then, what about from a manager's perspective? What do you need from a manager? Because is that what you meant? Like confidence, arm around the shoulder?
just like
what gets
what-
the best out of you?
Just like what they did, they would just give me the freedom. And if you made a mistake in training, they wouldn't go mad or they wouldn't do this. They'll be encouraged you to carry on doing your stuff.
Yeah.
I meant more before a game, are you going into a game thinking, I'm fucking probably the best player here. I'm going to be the best player and I'm going to go and do that. You know what I mean? Or did you think, oh, I weren't so great last week, things didn't really go that well?
No, I wouldn't think that, but I wouldn't think I was the best player. I wouldn't say fearless, but I wouldn't overthink about the game. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't think, we're playing Man City today or we're playing such and such.
What was your best game in that spell
I'd
at West Ham?
probably say Tottenham, but I think it was not just me. I think it was the whole team.
So apart from the goal,
I think the whole team was good. See, I didn't know how big that game was until I was on the pitch. I didn't know it was a derby, Tottenham v West Ham, until I was
Why
speaking.
did you not say it on FIFA?
No.
Oh, is it Alan Smith on FIFA? Alan Smith that said West Ham Tottenham derby today.
I was never them. I was always Arsenal on FIFA. Do you know what I mean? Always Arsenal or Barca or Real Madrid. But no, it's only before the game where Kevin Nolan said it's a derby. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know that.
That's dispelled again. It's just dispelled the myth about Allardyce relying on big units to do well. If he's given you that freedom at West Ham,
Do you know what? I don't think he did. Because we had obviously, like you said, Java was not a big unit. He's a good player. Do you remember Mo Diarmi? He was more athletic. Mark Noble. He's enjoyable and had a good team.
Who were you pals with in that West Ham squad?
I would say, do you remember Ricardo Vazte?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he moved from
He went to
Barnsley.
Barnsley, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He moved
Was
to
it
West
Bolton?
Ham from Barnsley.
He's at Bolton as well, weren't he?
Yeah.
We had I got on with Mark Noble. He's good when he looks after all the young players. You could see what he done with Declan Rice.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best players I've been in the changing room with. People anyway. Remember Dan Potts? He's at Luton now.
Right.
Potsy.
he got at the first team young, didn't he?
Yeah. So he was a good bunch at West Ham.
Tell us about the Ginge and Andy Carroll episode.
Fight.
Were you there?
I was there, but I was asleep. They all went out. I think they all went out on the piss.
I had a tough afternoon on PlayStation.
I was asleep. But I don't know what happened to the full extent, but I remember the next day we was on the bus in the morning and we was like, we was waiting for Andy Carroll to get on the bus. No one could get hold of him. And one of the players must end up getting hold of him. And he was back in London. He must have flew home after the scrap.
It's gone.
Yeah. But I think them two, they didn't fall out over it.
No, yeah.
They didn't fall out over it. I think it was just a little blitz over the night out and then...
Ginge said as soon as next time they saw each other, which was obviously...
They're both good lads and
days.
nice people.
Sorry, mate. With you not being a boozer, I mean, the amount of lads we spoke to and said his trips were unbelievable. Were you like, for fuck's sake, the lads are going to be steaming, I don't want to be around them? Or did you enjoy them?
No, I enjoyed it because we used to come out here. Did he tell you about we used to come out here? We used to come out here and we used to meet in the morning, walk down the beach, and then the whole day was free. So we used to go places like Dubai and stuff, and it was enjoyable.
So what did you do if all the lads are on the piss?
I have some friends over here, so I go meet some friends.
One of
chill.
them.
Yeah.
It's good.
Do they have soccer dome over here?
Nah, paddle courts.
What do you think is underrated, Noble, from people who are not West Ham fans?
Yeah, massively. I think he should have played for England a few times. Definitely. He's like maybe he might not be as good as Henderson, but he's like Henderson. Like he would have gelled with everyone in change rooms, whatever change room we went into.
He came to Hull when I were at Hull as a young, probably 18-year-old maybe. And I think he was one of them players who, if you're not in his team or support his club, you just think, oh, don't really do much.
Yeah, but when you're actually around him and you play with him, he is a good player. Very good player.
Wally Downs messaged, didn't he, on Facebook?
What's Wally down? He's in Jamaica, isn't
Is he?
he? Well, he was in Jamaica. He was a manager of Mount Pleasant.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did you have him?
Wally? No, yeah. You know what? I had Wally at West Ham and then QPR.
Right.
So both of them.
Yeah, he was singing your praise. He said he was
He's
top.
such a good guy. Well, I got on with him very well. Such a good guy, yeah.
He said he put you in the top 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, of most talented.
Do you know when you hear all of this about lads saying what they say about? Because I heard Pogba saying you were the best of your generation. How do you feel about it?
I don't really. Obviously, I appreciate the words and all the comments, but it's just I've never really seen it. Just got on and enjoyed football.
Yeah.
It's mad, man.
What the wrong perception?
Pretty much. I'll be honest with you, I always thought, my perception looking in, right, he's always out, he's always on the piss, not turning up for training, be a bad egg. That was my
I
perception.
think that's what everyone has in their heads. But when I've gone to a club, I've never really had a problem with anyone in the team or the manager or anything. Everywhere I've gone, bar Sam Allardyce, and that was only because of the contract situation, I got on with Sam well and every other manager.
So you haven't had, say if you're close to getting a move somewhere, you haven't had bad references from, because that's what happens in a manager's.
No.
A very quick break to talk about our bestest of friends in the world of sportswear, O'Neill's Sportswear.
I did not think it were possible, but you look even better in that shirt with a tan.
Yeah,
What size are you wearing?
medium.
All the way to 7XL, can I just say?
Which is not bad, is it, for the bigger gentleman or lady?
Not only are they unbelievable quality, but if you've got your own team, you can design, create your own kit. 5 aside, 3 aside, 2 aside, 11 aside, 12 aside. Maybe you're just you on your own and you want 5 shirts.
What's the minimum order?
12?
I think 12 is the minimum order.
And
You can have 12 shirts in the wardrobe.
4 to 6 weeks from design to the deliverer, which I think is very, very, very reasonable.
Considering it's custom design.
Custom made.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
Take a look at the Cosh shirts as well. We do 4 different colours, 4
Yes.
different strips.
Yeah. So the link's in the description for the Undr The Cosh shirt and to sort your own team out and get your club kitted out. And like we said, I think you're winning 1-0.
There's
when
nothing
you run
better
out.
than turning up at an away game looking smart.
Yeah.
Stick a pair of jeans on, stick a corduroy short on.
I'd
Look
go
at $1
for
million.
pint in this.
Yeah, I think I would have, not the shorts.
So links
Have
in
a
the
look.
description. Get yourself involved. And once again, massive thanks to O'Neill Sportswear.
You will not be disappointed.
It sounds like wherever you've gone, you were saying about Allardyce and Redknapp got the best out of you.
Yeah.
It sounds like other managers haven't had that mentality towards you where get the ball to Rav. And
I
maybe
think,
gone
yeah.
down the route of what I was saying about Kearney, where they're trying to work on your weaknesses and do things that you're not good at. Like say Sheffield United and Middlesbrough. Tell us about them.
Do you know what? Yeah, Sheffield. I got on with Chris Wilder very well. He's also another good man manager.
They all
And
seem to be the old school lad managers.
yeah, and he's a very good manager. But when the first time I went there, the first season he was in the Prem, he wasn't getting beat. So we'll end up beating Tottenham, Chelsea, or we'll draw against United. So you could never knock on the door and say, "Can I get my chance?" So going into training every day, it was still enjoyable because the whole place is such a good vibe. But Middlesbrough, I think I went there, and as soon as it was a month or something after that, it was COVID. So that played a big part in it.
Who was manager?
Woodgate, he's a nice guy, proper good nice guy, proper good manager as well. He was. I got him well.
I think it's mad as well how well you speak of other managers.
Yeah, he's
You're not, I don't think you're kind of blaming anybody else.
He's what is he assistant there now?
I think he's still down to Carrick, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Carrick there still?
Yeah.
I thought he moved on.
No, he's still at Middlesbrough.
Being over here, you don't really,
switch off.
because of the times and that. But no,
Did you have Warnock there as well?
Yeah.
What do you think of Warnock?
No, not bad. We never really spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he come in with the last 6 games, and I think because he was trying to keep them up at the time or get up at the table, he already had a team in his head, so he pushed some of us away. Not pushed some of us away, I shouldn't say that, but he just had his team that he wanted to play. But he was don't know how to say about him. He's a funny character. Isn't he?
Never seen it.
He's one of a kind.
I'm
He's one of a
surprised he
kind.
didn't try and
Build a team around you.
like the Tarapt of, he basically what you just said, built the team around him. Whether he pulls you to one side and say, right, you're going to be my main man. I thought he might have gone down that route.
Yeah. He was a good guy. He's a special character, isn't he?
Yeah.
He might have had time
see
though,
him?
to do that.
Yeah, if they're in a relegation
got-
scrap.
Yeah.
6 games to keep him up or whatever.
Do you ever see him apply the pseudo-cram?
Huh?
Apply the pseudo-cram. A lot of lads who've played for him says he strips off at the end of a game and
Put
puts his
pseudo-cram on.
pseudo-cram on his ass.
I didn't know that. You
missed out.
You missed out.
He's a good guy, but I don't really want to see that.
I won't be looking for that. There's no chance.
I don't imagine you can miss it, to be honest. You don't have to be looking for it.
What's the biggest individual bollocking you've ever had?
So, obviously, I drove to training on a provisional license, and Karen Brady went mad. She went mad. I didn't do that again.
What was it? Sit down, like school teacher job.
Someone must have told her. I got the keys, took out the locker, Like, I had to apologise, pick up the keys, get someone to pick me up from the car.
So did you buy a car without having a licence?
Provisional licence it was. I didn't live that far from the training ground, so I thought I could just give it quick.
So you get away with it?
Yeah. But I didn't get away with it, Karen.
Why didn't you take your test? Was it just...
I can't pass my theory. Not the brightest. So,
You pass now?
no. I have a Jamaican licence now. I passed that one.
I like it. There's always a way around.
I have a Jamaican licence, Mexican licence, and one from over here. Just not the English one.
How did you find Cardiff? Did you enjoy Cardiff?
I didn't enjoy it, you know. I thought the club was well run and it's a good club, but that's when I come back from QPR and we got promoted to QPR, and I did want to go back to QPR because I wasn't going to play at West Ham, but the club blocked me going back to QPR because he was in the Prem with West Ham, and I didn't really have a say on going to Cardiff. I either had to go to Cardiff or go with the 21s. So I went to Cardiff and I was there for like 2 months. I just didn't enjoy it. I was a bit down.
Who was the manager then?
It was Danny Gabardon.
Yeah.
He was good, and then it was 1 or 2 weeks after that, Russell Slade come in. Ginge told me to go there. James Collins, he was like, I'll go there. Danny's the manager. So I thought, all right, give it a go. Danny was there, but he was only manager for 2 weeks. And then come back in the changing room.
Did you not play in the final, QPR? No final. How come? Just because were you playing in the lead up?
Yeah, I played every game before that. I was coming on, and then Gary O'Neill got sent off. I was straight ready to come on. He got the red.
Would you sulk if that's obviously the disappointment of not playing in the final? Would you sulk about that?
No, obviously, you inside you're upset, but we've just been promoted. I don't want to be the one that's like, do you know, the one that's, yeah. So no, it was good.
Tell us more about Mexico. Did you move out on your own, by the way?
Say again?
Did you move out on your own?
No, I moved with my ex-missus and my cousin. It was a good time. Very good time. Unbelievable.
Do you feel safe?
Yeah, we just kept ourselves to ourselves and enjoyed Mexico.
I bet it's a good place to play.
Do you think? I wouldn't even
It is, you
know
know,
what they're expecting going to Mexico to play football.
My
When I
sister
was-
lived in Mexico for a bit, and she said they were driving through, and then next minute you think police were pulling you over, and they check out car and everything, but it weren't police. It was like cartel
Yeah.
that looked like police, and they're checking you not because it's their territory. They're checking you not drug trafficking.
Fucking, I won't leave house, me. I'd be fucking shit my pants.
Where I was aware like that though. I was in Guadalajara, and it was they've just built the city up. So on the way there from Lazio, because I had to do the whole thing in like 4 days. I had to fly out, come back, fly out again, and sign. So when I was on the way there, I was thinking, maybe I might not do this. When I got there, seen the stadium, training ground, I thought, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And did you do well out there?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did want to stay there, but Lazio said no. I had to come back to Lazio to go back there I had to sign 1 more year extension at Lazio to go back to Atlas on another loan. But I didn't want to sign another year at Lazio because I'd never played.
Yeah.
Is that like your lowest point in football? Lazio?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. I'd say so. I was close to staying. I don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's bad. Like, when you're back at home and football's bad, it's obviously bad. But when you're in a foreign country and that,
Yeah,
Must
you can't
be-
just go home, see
No.
family or see friends. You've got to take a flight. That's the only thing
Long
about it.
flight that as well, isn't it?
But obviously, it's the same as anywhere really, isn't it? I could be in London and I could not play and you're still feeling down because you're not playing. But when you're abroad, it's tough.
what's the crack like in the Italian dressing room? You know, like I can't imagine people shitting on in shoes and pissing on each other in showers and stuff. Or does that happen?
No, it doesn't happen. Not in Italy, but
You know,
it's
some of the
a
old
good,
school stuff what you used to see.
but it was a good changing room. It was a good bunch of that. I've never really had a bad bunch of like changing room, you know, like where I thought, oh, he's a dick. this and that. It's always been good.
I just imagine everybody coming in suits and that, like shirts down and
Really handsome and that.
just like slicking the fucking hair back and all that.
Smelling beautiful.
Yeah, just looking gorgeous when they're coming into training and stuff.
No, it was a good change room, that.
And how'd you get on in the changing room when you can't speak the language?
So there was 3 or 4 Dutch players in there that could speak English, and there was like 3 or 4 Spanish players that could speak English. But a lot of the older Italian players could speak English.
Oh, so you were all right?
Yeah.
Because I'm convinced that'd be even worse if you can't even...
It was more like the management staff and that couldn't speak English. And it was like, we couldn't really have the conversation. So he's telling me what to do in Italian on the pitch, and I ain't got a clue what he's saying.
Yeah.
How was Rooney to play for?
How was it? That was good. We again, we had a good changing room there, and because we was in a bit of a bad situation, like the club, everyone just was together.
Did he get the best out of you? Or did he know how to deal with you?
At Derby, like I said, it was just, they had, Liam Messina, he was there with Rooney, and another coach there called Justin, and that was 3 very good staff, and then you obviously had the bunch of players where we'd all work for each other. Obviously, we wanted to try and stay up because we went minus 21, and we were just fighting every game for each other. So that was good.
Loads of Derby fans rated you highly. Well, when we put the questions out, saying you were brilliant for them.
I did want to go back to Derby,
Yeah.
Yeah, they did say, why did you leave?
It's only because he left. So
I wanted you to go with him.
Yeah, and then I was very close to going back this January when he was in the bottom 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Ostersunds.
Freezing.
Yeah, mate, I know. I played with Graham. Well, Potts the manager?
No.
But it's just in the middle of fucking nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's freezing. And when it's dark, it's dark. And when it's bright, there's no dark. Yeah. So sometimes we'd be over there and it'd be in the summer. It doesn't go dark at all. So you got to have like blackout curtains or you can't sleep
as well.
Yeah. And then some days when it's like winter, there's no sun.
But like, do you know what I'm thinking is when your agents phoned you and said, "Oh, Ostersunds want was that a loan or was that a permanent?" Or?
Yeah, that was a loan because that was the last 4 months at Lazio. So I just went there to see that out of the contract.
So it must have been like fucking really bad at Lazio to think I'll go into fucking deep dark Sweden.
Yeah,
just to
get it was enjoyable there as well. It was a small little village,
it was class.
And the team was like together because we'll be the only ones in the village, really. There'd be like 150 people that live there, 200 people, and 20 of them were us.
You've not been afraid to go get out and about, have you?
I've been this experience that I wouldn't do without football, so I don't mind it.
You ever get homesick?
Homesick? Yeah, all the time, but I'll be home someday.
Yeah. Just going back to Rooney at Derby, did he, to Man United really, did he smash your form once?
I don't know if it was him or Gary Neville. I think it was Gary Neville.
What, just for crack?
Been on
or?
it?
No, because I gave Rio my phone to put on charge, and they thought I walked in the change room, took Waz's off charge, and just put mine on. So I've come in, and the whole phone's down the corridor. But I give it Rio to put on charge.
Right.
And then I said, Gary Neville ended up getting me a new phone, because he thought it was me that went in there and just took it off, which is kind of cheeky, I understand, but it wasn't me.
I mean, it's cheeky, but smashing it's a bit, I don't think the punishment is worthy of the crime.
That's old school stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's bringing down a fucking peg of tools, I think he is, putting his phone on charger now. Dressing room, taking someone else's off.
They were in the reserve. He was the first team dressing room. I understand it, but it just wasn't me.
Yeah.
So he apologised and that, which is fair.
What were you like, Neville, Carrie?
I like him, I think he's a character.
Is there anyone you don't like?
No. I think Gary Neville's top. I see him a lot in Manchester when I'm back home. He's plodding the streets everywhere. Yeah. Going to a
campaigning for his politics?
No, he's going to a Barry's class or doing something. He's proper good guy. I've got a lot of time for him.
And is he Does he try and look after you, like advise you on?
Yeah, he has done a lot. Him and Rio, both of them.
Because we had a few lads on from young lads at United that he used to sit in contract talks and basically batten for the young lads.
Yeah.
And that's what he was like.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's also a player that he'll watch you train and he'll come over and he'll help you and say what's what and what you need to improve on. So he'll always give you feedback, help you out and everything. But not just me, that's with a lot of the young players.
There must have been a first team lad that you didn't like. Or not didn't like, just didn't go about it the right way of trying to get you to do the right things.
There wasn't, I got on with everyone there well. I used to wind them up a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, I used to support Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I used to wind them up a lot, but
I can imagine there's definitely some players in there that are getting, maybe Neville one of them, like when it's you're at Man United and it's about Man United.
I think they just knew my character.
Yeah, I'd rather play for Arsenal.
They thought it was funny as well, but I would wind them up a lot, yeah.
Well, I'd rather be playing for Arsenal.
No, sometimes. Remember when we played for Arsenal? I mean, we played against Arsenal. We beat Arsenal 8-2.
Yeah.
I had a bet with Darren Gibson that game. I said, they're gonna beat us like 3-4-0. They ended up getting beat Arsenal 8-2. I think that's one of the days where I didn't come in the next day.
You didn't want to give him his money?
Yeah, I'm not coming in now. Hopefully, forget about it.
That's one of the maddest results in history of the Premier League, that with the team he put out. They have
I know,
John
that's what
O'Shea
I'm saying.
centre mid or something.
That's why I was saying it, because I was like, I think they had Raphael in the middle. And I thought, you're getting beat here.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing him 8-2.
If you could go back and relive one part of your career, one club.
Yeah. Probably West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably West Ham.
Because you played well.
I enjoyed West Ham, the club,
Right,
the fans, everything about West Ham. I thought it was top.
What was Pogba like growing up?
Unbelievable. You could see what he would be the player that he is today. Definitely.
But would he be one of them who might need bringing down a peg or two from the older lads?
No, he also got on with the older lads well. They could see what talent he had. And you got to remember, it's like me now, when I was at Derby, we had a younger player come in called Malcolm. He ended up going to Palace, but you get the younger players coming in and it's something different. And when the good players, and you kind of like get a liking to them and you want them to do well. So it's just good to see.
Is that something that you'd be interested in doing, mentoring young lads, or would you not get a lot from it?
No, yeah, definitely, yeah. I would do that, definitely, yeah. It'd be interesting and it'd be enjoyable, I think.
Do you have any plan for after you've finished?
Professional paddle player.
Yeah, like anything like you want to
I've got
do?
my B license now.
Have you?
Yeah. I did it with Simo in the summer. So I do want to go in some type of coaching. That'd be good. I'd like to go back into United.
Straight up pitch doing 5-a-sides.
Yeah, I would do. No running, no gym in the morning.
Who wants some boots?
Get them out on
I'll be honest, I'd be raging if I was taking free kicks 8 o'clock Friday night. My coach is making me do that.
I'll get them out and do rondos and small side games. Yeah. Get in now.
What would if you could go back to your 14, 15-year-old self, would you have any words of wisdom?
Go sleep at the right time.
Yeah.
One of them. And just live like more of a professional lifestyle. Definitely. Obviously, if I look back now, there's a lot of things that I did do wrong that I can't blame people for, but myself. So I do a lot of things right now.
Are you talking like diet? What was your diet like?
So my diet when I was younger, I could eat anything and not put on any weight. So I could eat a McDonald's 3 times a week and put no weight on. I could eat anything. Is when I went to Italy and I started eating pasta every day because I thought it was healthy. I blew up.
Yeah.
So I've just got you like on Just Eat. Can I order a KFC, McDonald's, and just sit there?
PlayStation.
Eating your
I could do,
McDonald's?
and put no weight, and I could still feel fit and do everything.
What did you do then? I said obviously the running. Were you naturally fit, or did you have to work hard to get fit?
No, I think naturally fit. Because I used to do all the running when I was doing running. It's just like more the gym side. I could play a game easy 90 minutes.
After taking free kicks for a couple of hours Friday night.
But when I was younger, do you remember when you was younger and you could play 90 minutes? Or when you was younger, you play that hour, and then the next day you play another game. The next day you play another game, or you're just training. And it was that every single day, constantly. Like, you could play with the 18s one day, then you'll be back with the 16s, then you might come on for the reserves because you've done well with the 18s. It was like...
Was that Lazio that changed then? Did you start thinking, I'm not getting about the pitch as much here?
Yeah, because I wasn't playing and I was eating pasta. Because obviously, when you come from England, you think pasta's healthy food, but it's not. It's
bloated.
Yeah, so I was eating that every day, thinking I was eating healthy.
Would you get involved in the arrabbiatas, or would you stick the tuna in there?
No, I'd get the chicken Alfredo, the creamy one. So
Yeah, that is even worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'll be getting like I used to get like spaghetti bolognese and all that, or the chicken Alfredo, and all the other players would put like plain pasta, olive oil, smallest bit of cheese, and then like nuts. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? But
Get the cream in.
Get the parmesan on.
Probably the right thing now when I look back, yeah.
Side chips and all. Run away.
Well, I don't think I've been as surprised as much to meet somebody when I had a perception of what you'd be like as I have done today. So I massively appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
No,
thank
thanks
you
for
very
having
much.
me.
Yeah.
Definitely, thanks for having me.
Good luck with your
Brilliant,
paddle.
mate.
Yeah, we'll play next time.
Yeah.
Gotta get the game recorded.